Just sitting in my car, debating whether or not to go into Costco and having some uncomfy feelings that I want to get out.
No need.
Rejection is redirection from the universe. You miss all the shots you don't take. If it's meant for you, it will find you and it'll stay. You won't have to beg, bargain, or plead. Okay, I know all of these things. I know it and I believe it. But when rejection happens, it's really uncomfortable.
Well, duh.
Yeah, you think?
And one thing women hate above all else is being uncomfortable for any reason, even if it means growing. So if rejection is the universe way of redirecting, why haven't you been redirected after 20 years of chasing bad boys that been rejecting you? Because you don't want to deal with the discomfort of being in a relationship with an actual good man. And if you're with a righteous dude, then you'll have to uphold the standard of righteousness, which you can't do because you're not righteous.
That's why he's the GOAT!
And instead of staying with a decent man and growing into something respectable, maybe, unlikely, but maybe, you'd rather just keep doing what you've been doing, even though it's a massive failure. If I could go back in a time machine and tell your 13-year-old self, at 30 plus, you'd be sitting in a Costco parking lot talking about your dating life to the internet, would you believe me?
And stop. There's just no need.
I'd be shooting all the shots and missing all the targets. I don't know what's happening, but I'm really uncomfortable and I don't want to go into Costco. I don't want to people anymore. I'm just having a moment and I am human.
The fuck is he talking about?
I gotta move. You ain't talking about nothing.
What the hell is this woman even talking about? Is she preparing for the rejection she's about to get when she go in Costco looking for a man? And she try to ask a guy, oh, can you help me with this? And then he just help you and then walk off? Or when you ask for help, he just say, no, ma'am, I'm in a rush. I gotta go. And every dude you go up to keeps saying that? Is that the rejection you're preparing yourself for?
You know what the best part about being in your 20s is? It's one day feeling like you're content with where you're at in your relationship status, your career, your finances, and the next day having a literal existential crisis because you feel like you're going to be alone forever. You have no idea what you're doing in your career, and you feel like everyone's ahead of you, and you're old.
Okay.
I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
I'm a single lady living in Toronto, and these are some of the dating rules that keep me from going crazy because these streets are wild. Number one, I don't attribute meaning to people I don't know that well. That nice text, that great first date, that doesn't mean that they're the one. It just means it was a nice text or a good first date. Probably most importantly, and I should have led with this, I don't get my validation or confidence from men.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop your fucking lying.
Lying through their teeth.
But whether or not someone likes me really doesn't matter all that much. And I remind myself that you're not supposed to be for everybody. Not every person you go on a date with is meant to be your person.
AKA they were great guys who would have made wonderful husbands. And that's why you have to come on the internet and rationalize why you didn't, go forward with them.
Bingo.
She's right. Her validation doesn't come from bottom 80% men. But the validation of the top 20% guys, that definitely defines her. She's an attractive girl, but the problem is attractive men who got it going on don't care about you being attractive. That's no big deal. It's just another Tuesday to them.
And I don't care.
They have attractive women on their line all the time, so they're not going to kiss your butt like the bottom 80% of men do.
So it's okay if it feels like you've been on a string of 10 really bad dates with guys you don't connect with.
I don't know, but it's been like a recurring theme where guys always want to go out with me until they go out with me, and then they're like,
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy.
and they ghost me, and I'm like, at this point it's me. I'm accepting it's me, maybe because I'm like mentally ill.
So I act crazy. Like I act like a total in the beginning. Because I want to see if they can control me and put me in my place. And if they can't, then I will run circles around them like I did with my husband.
She's going to end up in a white padded room with a straight jacket like this.
Look, guys, when you see an attractive woman, don't get hyped up off of that, because most of them are unbearable to be around. So that hype of her being good looking, it just goes away really fast when you start talking to her. But I really blame the guys. She's literally trying to signal every way that she can that she's batshit crazy.
Yeah, open your eyes. Can't you see?
The Storm from X-Men hair, the tattoos all on her neck and on her chest. The Bull Ring Chronicles. It's the Bull Ring Chronicles. What else does she need to do? Does she need to write in red ink, "Don't fuck with me" on her forehead for you guys to get the picture? Any guy who walk up and try to get her number are looking to get their, tires slashed and their windows bust open.
Yes, I'm a simp.
Or, I don't know, I'm like very blunt and straightforward with my feelings and emotions, and I like reflect myself a lot. And I think a lot of people just find that intimidating. I have no idea.
This is what it's like being the last single girl in your friend group. I mean, at least I get a +1.
I mean, it's kind of cringe. A random hot dude in your dreams. A random hot dude ain't coming to a wedding with you.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
A random hot dude will plow you before the wedding, but going to the wedding, no chance. Now, she'll get a random friend zone dude to go with her, but he's not that hot. But don't get me wrong, she got plenty of guys to go with. There's plenty of guys in her friend zone who would happily go to a wedding with her. And they'll probably think, oh, is she sending me a message? No, she's not sending you a message, bro. She's just using you as usual.
So I'm basically going to say pretty much what everyone is thinking right now when it comes to this whole like dating scene 2023. It's terrible.
If you're still on the dating market after 25, it's because you're terrible, period. We don't need to do an investigation. We don't need to check studies or anything. Look, you're terrible. You're horrible, or you would have had a man by now. You're too picky for what you look like, and you can't get a man. You're not attracted to decent dudes, so you can't get a man. Those are the reasons. After 25, if you're still on the internet complaining about dating, it's not the dating pool, it's your brain.
I think the reason why it's terrible is because we as adults don't know how to build genuine connections anymore. And when we do think that we're building a genuine connection, the date ends, it goes good, the next day comes, and you get that kind of ick feeling, like kind of like a cringe feeling that you actually went on that date and you did that thing, and then you're like, no, on to the next. And that is what we are stuck in right now, this constant loop of there's something better, there's something else out there, you are not good enough, that kind of feeling. And it really sucks, and it really affects us building genuine connections with people that might be our soulmate.
So, I've been single for 2 years now. Nothing new that I do stuff by myself. I have a wedding coming up in October that I'm going to, and they said I could have a +1. Normally, I usually will say that I'm bringing someone in the hopes that I'll find someone, and then I usually don't find anyone and I take my mom.
Everything about that is just sad.
This time, I accepted the fact that I'm not going to find anybody because I'm not looking and I don't care.
That's a damn lie.
Always remember, fellas, the easiest thing to sell on the planet Earth is a skinny woman with long hair. It's the easiest thing to sell. That is why it's such a monumental L if a woman can't catch a man. It's literally the easiest thing to get and maintain for a woman. That's why I always say there really is no good reason for a woman to be single for years.
But why did this time, like saying that I'm not bringing a +1 like that, hurt my soul?
See, there's always gonna be some real sad parts in life that's hard to accept. That wishing something was different won't make it so. They're learning the difference between things they can change and things they can't. That's one of life's toughest lessons. Take it from someone who's been there. Take it from me, Mr. T.
Like, I accept it and everything's gonna be fine, but still I was like, ow. It hurts.
But I thought you didn't care. Oh, I don't care. Don't get me wrong. But, it did hurt when I said I wasn't bringing someone. They'll say one thing and then contradict themselves literally 3 seconds later. That's why it's just hard to take women serious when they talk. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be making a TikTok about it. They're just walking contradictions.
Most women hate men in 2023. Most women are frustrated with the men in the dating marketplace of today. The primary reason is the prevalence of desperation among men. High-value women seek partners who are not desperate for validation.
Who the told you were high value?
Somebody done told you wrong.
Look, high value women don't get on the internet and talk about how much they hate men or why they hate men. Yeah, I get it. Women aren't attracted to desperate men. But I think it's desperate that you have to come on here to get validation and attention.
You get to say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves down the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.